Okay, YouTube, this is EXITAR the Exterminator presenting another battle, and it's going to be Marvel and DC once again versus the entire Celestial race. Now, I did this a little while back, and me and one of my best friends were talking because we love talking about comic books, and we like to talk about cosmic beings because cosmic beings are some of the coolest and more interesting characters in the comics. And we talked about my video on the Celestial race, and we came into agreement that the Celestial race would probably just slaughter the team I had on the very first one with all those members. So, and I got comments from my first one saying that, you know, the Celestials would win, and I agree. So I thought I'd do another one, hopefully making it even better. I tried to put, you know, a good amount of more cosmic beings, more powerful. So here we go, and let's see how this battle goes. And so for the first one, I'll just start off with Galactus, of course, the Devourer of Worlds. He has the entire power cosmic at his disposal: matter manipulation, reality warping, energy projection, force fields, all that. We basically do on just in a huge scale. Then of course you got Eternity, the embodiment of time, possesses basically near omnipotent cosmic powers. When he's actually merged with Infinity, basically possess the power of the entire space-time continuum. And the same thing with Infinity, except, you know, Infinity is basically the embodiment of space, also possesses near omnipotent cosmic powers. Again, also when they're merged together, this space-time continuum basically at their disposal. Then of course we got the In-Betweener here, basically the embodiment, which actually not the embodiment, has basically incalculable strength, virtually indestructible, limitless matter manipulation, space-time energy, created by Lord Chaos and Master Order, and basically, you know, they can manipulate and control events in their sphere of influence, massive reality warping, vast amounts of cosmic power. And then we got Love and Hate, which they're able to control the emotions, of course, love and hate of their names, in any form on a basically cosmic scale. They can influence people and their decisions, and basically make them do whatever they want on their actions and everything, and massive cosmic energy, so that can be useful during this fight. They can possibly control some of the Celestials into fighting other ones. Since they can do it on a cosmic scale, who knows how many they can control, but they can probably do it. They try to do it with THANOS with the Infinity Gauntlets. Then we got the Stranger, who has cosmic and, you know, psionic energy, molecule manipulation, matter manipulation, you know, very smart. Then we got Eon, you know, who's able to shift into the universe, you know, grant cosmic awareness to people, high amounts of cosmic power. Again, we're going through basically the cosmic order here. Then we got UATU, yet he doesn't fight, but, you know, this is my scenario, so he's going to fight. You know, he has vast amounts of psionic abilities, matter manipulation, illusion casting, virtual immortality. Then then I added the One, who is the leader of the Celestials, the most powerful, and he doesn't basically have any feats, but he's said to be the most powerful. He fought, well, he didn't exactly fight at EXITAR. EXITAR killed him in one shot because he's EXITAR. We'll get to that later. Then we got Abraxas, basically near limitless cosmic power, enabling him to traverse and manipulate dimensions at will, restructure matter, and manipulate energies. He went around killing Galactuses with ultimate nullifiers. Then we got the Cosmic Order right there. Most of the people I said, if you notice, the entire Celestial race is there, which proves they're basically in the highest order in the Marvel universe. Then we got the PROEMIEL gods. I did a view on them against the fourth host. You know, we got Diablary, the leader, basically keep the balance in the universe, led the PROEMIEL gods against Galactus. Then we got Brio, basically the first Celestial, and basically oversees life, basically the same powers as the Celestial. We got Antiphon, basically the first Watcher. Then we got Aegis and Tenebris, enemies of the Galactus. They all have basically the power primordial. Powers basically of the crunch, and they fought. Most of them died against Galactus, and some were imprisoned. Then of course they were released later, and basically they're all dead. Then we got the Phoenix Force, a primal universal force of life derived from the psyches of all living beings, near limitless source of energy, can travel through time and space. Basically, huge threats. Then we got Protege from the Guardians of the Galaxy storyline. He's able to basically copy anybody's powers. He copied the Living Tribunals, the Beyonder, Eternity, freaking Hot God, all these people. He was eventually stopped by Scathan. Then we got Cisneg, Genesis, if you could say, able to magic skills from the 31st century. He traveled back in time, collecting all the magical energies, and basically recreated the universe. Then we got Gaia. He basically, Mother Nature, can draw spiritual energies of all the Earth's living beings and command forces of nature, vast amounts of magical abilities. Said to be kind of a multiversal being. We got Surtur, one of the long enemies of Odin, basically a galaxy buster here. Basically as powerful as Odin. I do believe he's beaten Odin before. He has a Twilight Sword. He can a vast amount of magical energies. He is a badass. Then we got Mephisto, a supernatural entity, basically kind of like the hell, if you want, basically the demon, but portrays that. Vast amounts of mystical energy, matter manipulation, interdimensional travel, shapeshift, all that kind of energies. Then we got Dormammu, one of the biggest badasses right here, composed of pure mystical energy, gains more power the more people who worship him. And also he has matter, transmutation, element control, telepathy, shape, freaking energy. He can grow in size. We got Chaos King. He was basically magical entity who's able to shapeshift, all freaking vast amounts of cosmic energy. He was a threat to the multiverse, so he's a multiversal threat. We got SHUMA-GORATH, and in his dimension, he's virtually omnipotent, like all other magical beings. He could generate his own magical powers, manipulates energies, and he is also said to be multiversal. Then we got the Omega, created by Thanos himself, said to, and he basically twice as powerful as Galactus, confirmed by Captain Marvel, but he doesn't have much durability. He basically got destroyed by a fleet of armies on one planet. High Evolutionary, so that's probably the smartest human on Earth. He ascended basically as powerful as Galactus. He said he no longer feared him. Vast amounts of cosmic energy. The High Evolutionary is awesome. Then we got Tyrant, the first spawn of Galactus. Basically created in his image. Back in when the universe was young, they fought basically on even ground, and Galactus barely won. Then he depowered him. But in this fight, he's going to be fully powered. Same with the Galactus. Then we got Set. He's an elder god capable of performing wide variety of powerful magic. He's basically a multiversal being. And he is pretty strong too. He fought Composite Quasar when Quasar had the Uni power. Then we got Thanos with a Cosmic Cube. Of course, Thanos basically wields cosmic power, smart. But with the Cosmic Cube, he's able to just a massive amount of reality warping and reshape reality with his basically a whim, basically. Then we got the Source onto the DC. He's basically near omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence, kind of like Eternity in a way. So I kind of see him as the Eternity of DC. Then we got Emperor Joker, when he basically had 99% of Mxyzptlk's power. His power is basically dwarf that of anything in the third dimension. Basically massive reality warping, multiversal. Then we got the Spectre, basically God's wrath, or God's I believe God's wrath. Near omnipotence, limitless power, reality warping. He's immortal. Basically, he's more powerful. Basically, if God chooses to be. Then we got 0 Hour Parallax, Hal Jordan, when he was basically able to create his own universe if he wanted to. Manipulate time and space on a huge cosmic scale. Guardians of Oa. This is all of them. Each one is, if you could say they're all Skyfather level if you wanted to. Vast amounts of energy, manipulation, telepathy. Basically, they're all immortal. So if they all stick together in this fight, they could do fairly well, I think. Look at the Anti-Monitor from Crisis on Infinite Earths. He's a multiversal threat. He goes around, he killed countless universes, getting stronger during each one. He's going to be one of the hardest people to take down in this fight, I think. One of them. He can ability to wave his, basically make waves of power to unmake matter. He is a beast. He took on battled hundreds of heroes of the same heroes simultaneously. Didn't take any damage. We've got the Thought Robot. He's a multiversal being. He was created by the Monitors, made a pure thought to adapt to any basically threat. If he's supposed to adapt to any threat, and he fought MANDRAKK, who was the Dark Monitor. He was feeding on the DC multiverse also, but he was stopped by the Thought Robot. So they are both multiversal beings. Then the next one we got on the list is KRONA, who is said, basically able to destroy universes. He wants to know the beginning of the universe. He wants to know the information of the beginning of the universe. Massive amounts of cosmic powers. We got Necron. He has enough power to kill Guardians of Oa. He's one of the he has reality manipulation. He gains strength from death. The deaths he causes, he kills people. He can gain more power from that. Necron's pretty strong. Imperiax, he wields the power of the Big Bang. Vast amounts of cosmic power. But he requires a physical shell, and if it's broken, he kind of dissipates, but he's not dead. So once he's destroyed, he's kind of be out of the fight. We got Superman Prime 1 million. He recreated planet Krypton. He spent like 15,000 years in the sun. Not much feats from him, but it could be said he may be universal, possibly. But we got Trigon. He's basically immortal, energy projection, telepathy, virtual invulnerability, matter, transmutation, and these type of beings like Trigon, Mephisto, in their realms they're basically stronger, but outside of their realms they're weaker. Got the Time Trapper. He can control over the future, freeze it, alter it, create pocket dimensions. He's a pretty strong being as well. Then we got Superman Prime. He basically is the power of Kryptonians, but on a much, much larger scale. He fought Monarch, the Guardians of Oa, basically on even grounds. Then, of course, we got Monarch, who is basically an evil Captain Atom, but more powerful. And he, powers from the quantum field, derives the power from that. He can grow stronger from it. And they're both, Superman Prime and Monarch, they're basically Tyrant level, and the depowered Tyrant version. I would say they're probably on that level. Now that's our list. Then of course we got the Celestials. The almighty Celestials, the entire race, which consists of billions and billions and billions of Celestials. Possibly trillions, but as far as we know there are billions. Of course we got the fourth host, ARISHEM the Judge, one of the most powerful Celestials out there. Probably within the top 10. Of course, the Celestials have said to create. They basically created the multiverse with their will, their sheer will. So that is pretty damn impressive. They basically can't be destroyed. The only way to really kill a Celestial is by putting them to sleep. So their armors are virtually indestructible. It's hard to say where they're from in alternate realities. They're made of vibranium, but we're not exactly sure what their armors drive from. Of course, their powers drive from hyperspace. They're basically hyperspace beings inside suits, 2,000 feet tall. They can shrug off planetary blasts with no problem. Let's see. When Odin, I think that's how his name is, Zeus, they attacked ARISHEM the Judge, and they're all, Skyfather, Galaxy Busters, and ARISHEM just did not do anything. He could have chose to destroy cut off them from their realms forever if he wanted to. Then they fought. The Unimind fought the Celestials, got one shot and destroyed. Odin with the Destroyer armor with the Odin sword became 2,000 feet tall with all the souls of Asgard except Thor. Just lost miserably. And the Destroyer armor was meant to fight Celestials, and that didn't go very well. So it's going to be tough for this battle because each one, I got a handful select of cosmic beings at the highest. Each one, still, they're going to be fighting. There's going to be billions and billions of celestials. If you think about it, each cosmic being that I listed above is going to be fighting millions at once. Then that's going to go happen. Whoever is the weakest, they're going to lose right away due to sheer numbers. Then those millions are going to go on to the next one. So that's going to be tough because you got EXITAR the Exterminator, who is more powerful than the fourth host combined, who is going to be a tough cookie to destroy. Then it's going to be tough destroying him. The Thought Robot, Protege, MANDRAKK, all the multiversal ones are going to be the last one standing, no doubts. It's going to be hard to see who's going to be the last one standing. It's most likely going to be Protege, Anti-Monitor, the Thought Robot, and MANDRAKK. Those are going to be the last ones standing, no doubts. But there's no doubt Celestials are going to drop. But of course, the one thing that can go in the Celestials' favor is they have Tiamat, the Dreaming Celestial. Now Tiamat, normally was more powerful than ARISHEM, the Judge. Then of course the first host stopped him and sealed him away. And then of course he eventually ascended to the power of the Fulcrum. The Fulcrum said he basically is his same power level, and the Fulcrum can be said either he is the one above all, or he's just a really powerful cosmic being. It's kind of hard to say. If he truly is the one above all and Tiamat basically went to that level, he most likely can just destroy the team on his own. If he's just a powerful cosmic being, the Fulcrum's more powerful than the Celestials, the Watchers, and the Horde combined. Tiamat is gonna just wreck a whole bunch of people. Then of course we've got Scathan the Approver, who was called upon the Living Tribunal and the Guardians of the Galaxy to vote against Protege, and during that, the Protege decided to just start fighting everyone. Then all of a sudden Scathan comes in and just disapproves, puts him in a celestial muzzle and restrains him. And that's basically shown in these three, in the comics he's been only in a couple comics, that he's shown to be above the Living Tribunal. And of course, the Celestials are basically each one is roughly around average Galactus level. A few of them will add up to the power of Galactus. Galactus fought a few of them, and once they were losing, they have the power to transform, and they basically wrecked Galactus in one shot. You could probably say 4 Celestials transforming might be on par with EXITAR level. Probably not as powerful, but probably slightly less. So they do have the power to transform. If the cosmic beings do get the upper hand in killing a whole bunch of Celestials, the Celestials do have the power to basically transform into one giant being. Now that's a scary thought. If all the Celestials transformed into one cosmic being, it's going to be insane. Now, who do you think would win, the Celestial race or Marvel or DC cosmic beings? Now, I personally think the Celestial race would still win. That's my personal opinion, because you're all entitled to your opinions. But because I can't see this insane team just winning against billions and billions of cosmic beings at once. But so just let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe, like. Any battle suggestions you want me to do, and I'll take that into consideration. And have a great day, YouTube.